Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be hopefully a live trade video where I capture a trade on live here. And I say hopefully because when I say live, what I mean is that these are videos that I'm recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. So I don't know what's coming next. So I would like to think that I'm about to make a trade, and I'll especially like to think that I'm about to make money on the trade, but I don't know that. So if you just kind of want an unscripted look into things, this is going to be a video that you would like. And to set up some context, market's been open about an hour and a half, but I just stumbled by my computer and just traded NVAX, and I'm now noticing mRNA, and I'm really liking this quite a bit. So what I want to, because another question, so I'm trying to kind of make this obviously hopefully a winning trade video, but also hey, how does your chat room work type video, because I know that's a very common question I get. So just give a little context here, I've already alerted that. So mRNA 325.50, very key level, and then on multiple time frames. So I've alerted that to people. Now notice that I'm not telling people what to do. It's up to them to decide with it. But the point here being, and the way the chat room works is, the idea here is let's just get people's eyes on certain levels. And then we are a group of independent traders. So you got to think for yourself. Meaning maybe some people look at 325.50 and they say, no, I don't like that level. No, I don't think that level. No, I disagree. And that's fine. Disagreement, things like that. That just means people are thinking independently. But the core idea here is that, you know what? We are thinking, we are helping each other out in the sense of not telling each other what to do, but pointing out certain areas. So that's what's going on here. In my mind, 325.50, a very, very interesting level, and one that, I could see myself being interested in taking a trade on, and potentially even trying to hop in around the 326 mark in anticipation that that level breaks. So we'll see what happens with it. And then also just to kind of encapsulate my day, I've actually lost more than I've won because RBLX is actually 2 losing trades. NVAX was a losing trade there. And then mRNA, clearly, and then CRM was winning trade. So I've actually lost 3 times. I've won twice, but I'm still up about $100. So, but on this trade, I very well could be going into the red, which is fine. Nothing that I'm not okay with. Now, if I was up like $9,800, $980, and I'm sitting there saying, I could be going into the red. Okay, that's a little bit different of a situation, a bit more sketchy. But, at 327, oh, that's not too bad at 327, actually. Yeah, I'm going to watch 327 here. But, so if I lose out on the $98 and that goes away, okay, that's not... Again, money doesn't grow on trees, but at the same time, there's a big difference between $98 or $988 or $980 or $9,800. So yes, I'm still green even after being wrong more than I've been right. But this is a setup that I really like and I really think could turn things around quite a bit. Not that they need to be turned around, but just in the sense of, yeah, I mean, 98 bucks. But got to see at this point, I'm very interested in that 327 mark. So we'll see if that wants to come into play or not, but I will pause for now and I'll keep you updated. Maybe 327 is about to come into play here. I noticed a pretty big buyer at 327.50. So actually now 327.50 falls. I'm going to hop in and I'm going to get this alerted too. So edit, update, big buyer at 327.50. If it fails, looking for flush. So there we go. So now keeping an eye on that, 327.50. So let's see if that buyer can be wiped out of the way. And if you're a beginner, I'm looking to go short, meaning I want to see prices go down and I will make money. I understand, super bizarre concept. Wait, what? You can make money when prices going down? Yes, you can. That is known as going short. But if prices go up, you actually lose money. So I'm watching 327.50 as you just saw, seeing if that big buyer can get cleared out of the way, and I'm willing to chase it down to 327.25. If that area is broken. So I will go ahead and pause for now. And if it's looking like the price is coming back down to 327.50, and again, I don't know, maybe this thing is about to bounce upwards and I'm going to sit here in the learning lesson because I hit the record button. So it's going on YouTube. Maybe the learning lesson will be, hey, you know what? Sometimes you get a pattern that you really like. You think it's going to behave one way and then it doesn't. So who knows? Maybe that's where this learning lesson all goes, which is a valid learning lesson because that is how the market goes. But ideally, though, it behaves. And I can actually capture a trade here. But either way, there will be a learning lesson. Or maybe I get in and then I take a loss and the learning lesson is, hey, you know, sometimes as much as you like a pattern, you know, no guarantees in the market. You're not guaranteed to make money. Okay, there's 327.50. If it falls, I'm getting in. So I got to watch it very closely. Again, watching 327.50 getting hit. As expected, it's being very stubborn. So what I'm watching for you beginners is that right there. I'm watching to see if 327.50 falls, and I am getting in. But as you can scroll back if you want, and you'll notice that, yeah, it went down to 327.50, and it did not budge. So kind of amazing, right? Like, I almost look like I'm super, like I could see the future. Like, hey, 327.50, that's an important level, and that is literally right where it bounced from. But I'm not a magician, okay? This is just the power of level 2s, and when you know what's, oh, back down at that level. Oh my goodness. Did you see how fast that moved? Holy smokes. I was willing to chase it down 25 cents and I didn't even get that. Wow. Look at that. Again, scroll back. I was willing to chase it 25 cents more and I still didn't even get filled. And now look at this thing go. Well, oh man, I'm not even going to try to play that off. That one hurts. I guess the one benefit here is, I mean, congratulations to members if you took and that's why, right? That's why it's probably, maybe some people are like, well, Clay, you know, I don't want to wait. I want to hop in before it breaks there because I think it will break and I'm going to hop in before. Well, you know what? They chose right. I chose wrong because I wanted to see it break. And then as you just saw, it cost me. But for some members, they're like, hey, Clay, thank you. I agree. I see 327.50. But, you know, I'm going to hop in at like 327.55 because if it gets down to that area, I think at that point it will fail. And guess what? They were right. They got into the trade and they're doing very well right now. Maybe they scalped out. I don't know. But point here being is they actually got into the trade and I did not. And that is why I go back to everybody needs to think for themselves, and thinking for yourselves is a good thing because in this situation, and again, you're literally seeing it play out live, that would have been, I mean, that clearly was the right way to go about it. So had I said, you know, had I typed up, wait for it to fail and then get in, like literally everybody's like, hey, I'm a sheep, I'm just going to listen. Well, then nobody, I guess I can't say nobody would have gotten filled, but I don't think many people would have gotten filled given just how crazy that actually behaved. Now, what's interesting here is the location that it bounced from at 326 does present another potential area. So there is potential here at 326 that I am still interested in. Now, not nearly as good as that 327.50-ish area, but there is still, you know, a very interesting dynamic here within regards to that 326 mark. So I'm going to watch that very closely and maybe get another chance at it here. But I think I've learned I'll have to be a little bit more aggressive with it because wow, oh, wow, this thing can move fast. But all right, I will pause. All right, I'm actually watching 325.50 now, and I will hit 325.50. So I'm not waiting for it to break. I will try to get in at 325.50 because you can see right here the price is once again rolled back over, is knocking at the door of this trend line here. So as still bummed out that I wasn't able to get in up to the 327, 25 mark, where I was willing to chase it down to. However, this is still a quality setup, but it's only a quality setup if this trend line here is broken. So I'm keeping an eye on that red line there, and I want to try to make sure it's broken. So members that are already in this trade that got in, I'm assuming they're thinking the same thing. Come on, trend line, break trend line. So I'm keeping a close eye on it, but yeah, just as a quick update right now, 325.50 is the level that I now care about. Change of plan, I'm going to go for 326. That keeps my risk a little bit better. And at this point, it does really seem like that trend line wants to fall. Could be wrong. Maybe we're looking at another bounce coming here, but again, I'm going to go with 326. But I want to actually see 326 here on the bid. So that's the current plan. And you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I turned my head 1 second to look at the daily chart, and I look back, and it's already happened. Well, I think the learning lesson here, unintended, is some days you locate a great trade, a setup. The setup works out, but things just get A, crazy. I mean, that move was ridiculous that you saw. And then B, you just turned your head for a second. And you can hear the emotion in my voice. So that's probably my signal here that I need to just be done, because now I'm extra frustrated on this one. Now, would I've gotten filled? I guess I don't know. I can't comment because I was not looking. I didn't have the video recording. And then, like, I turned my head, I don't know, a slight 30-degree angle to look at my other monitor on the daily time frame. And then I snapped my head back, and it had already moved down. Now, I guess the one consoling factor here, the one thing that I love is that meant to know that it was alerted where it was. I showed you where it was alerted. That's working out fantastic. I mean, 327.50, that proved to be a great leading indicator. That just goes to show the power of level 2s and when you know what to look for. I mean, of course, nothing's guaranteed, but I mean, you're witnessing it right now. There is value in that. But so right now, I'm not going to take any trade on it. But what I am going to do is, let's just see how this ultimately plays out for members. 326 as a back test. No, that's just, I'm totally revenge trading right now. I was thinking I could get in right now at 326, and that's actually not a terrible idea to get in on the back test of the trend line here. You know, just to throw some skin in the game. Let me see if I can get filled at 326, 50 shares. Just so I can have some skin in the game, just so I can kind of partake with members in a sense. Although this isn't really quite the trade. And this is all right, there we go. This is a valid trade, so it's not like that's some sort of forced random trade. Just trying to play a back test of that trend line, and then ideally it comes back down and we can ultimately get the break here of this 325-ish area. So let's see if it does indeed want to back test and come back down. Well, it already back tested, but now it wants to see if it wants to reverse back downwards here. And knocking on the door at 325. So it took out a small portion there just to lock in a couple of gains. But really looking for the break of, and there it is. Let's see if we can now get some more momentum to the downside. Well, I guess 324.50 is going to be that true breakdown point. So pulled out a few more there. Let's see if we can get the break at 324.50. That's the key break. There it is. Oh, congratulations, members. That's all I can really say is congratulations. And I'm sitting here with my 50 shares just so I can enjoy it with y'all. That's oh. So let's see if we can get some more. We still have 35 shares. Would love to see this thing. You got to think it's going to go down to at least 324 right now. Now, when it gets down to 324, what it does there, Not quite sure because it could, you know, do some sort of double bottom bounce. See if I can try to pull off another 5 shares here at 324. Oh, there's, congratulations, members. That's all I can say, because we all know I'm not making very much money on this thing. Oh, boy. Well, in a very sick and twisted way, I'm kind of glad it played out the way it did, because it just, there's a lot of good learning lessons here. Not to mention, hey, come join the community. I mean, you saw everything play out. There is no gimmicks here. There's no like camera tricks. You saw me map everything out in real time, and now you're seeing how things are playing out. Pulled off another allotment. Oh boy. Look at that. Oh boy. Congratulations to members. This one stings. This one stings, everybody. Whew. All right, now. Wow, I can't even get filled on. Come on now. There we go. If this goes up over, nah, I'm just laughing now. In my, well, at least I got 50 shares. At least I played the back test of the trend line. I mean, let's look at the bright side here. In fact, let's just do this. I'll still treat this like, you know, like a normal. So let me display, or let me practice good risk. You know, we're good trade management. Stop loss is over 324 now. So if this goes up over 324, I will be out of my remaining shares, but I'll also let this thing work for me. But well, there you go. So you know, I've probably repeated this, but I mean, that's why you want to be part of a community. You want to be part of a group, but you want the group to encourage you to think for yourself. You want to have the desire to think for yourself. If you show up in the markets thinking, hey, I need a community that's going to give me buy, sell, where to, no, you're being lazy and the market moves too fast. That's not how you get independent. If that's how the market actually worked, where you could just sign up for buy and sell alerts, then there would be some great service out there. Everybody would sign up for it, and then everybody would be rich. But that doesn't exist, right? Because you have to learn how to think for yourself. So whether it's my community or somebody else's, just make sure that when you show up, it's not, you don't get the vibe of, okay, why does everybody seem like everybody's supposed to do what like the leader does, or the mods do, or the admins do, whatever you want to call them. You got to learn to think for yourself. And this video illustrates why you should want to think for yourself, right? Because if you people that thought for yourself and said, you know, Clay, I like that level, but I disagree with the whole, let's see if it fails. I just want to get in before it fails because I think it will. Guess what? They got in and they are absolutely crushing it on this trade. And then, of course, the second trade, I guess the lesson is don't turn your head. Now, I get it. Sometimes you turn your head for literally a split second, and that's all it takes. But so I'm kidding in that regard. The second one was just that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But oh, and let's see, I do need to adjust my stop to 324 now. Oh, it's still at 324, so never mind on that. Now, if this breaks down below 321.50, I am going to adjust my stop to 323. So this is always fun when you can sit here and just move your stop loss down, let the trade work for you. Like I said, I want to see it actually break down through 321.50, which it did do that. So, okay. So now I'm making another entire dollar more. Just letting this thing work for me. Would love to see this thing clearly collapse even more. But I'm not quite sure at this point. This has already been a very extended move. If this thing does get down to 320, I'll adjust my stop loss at that point to 322. So we'll see what it wants to do. Right now, again, stop is at 323. A very stress-free spot to be in, right? It's the only stress I have right now is, hey, how much money am I going to make? right? Because I'm making money on it. It's just a question of how much money am I going to make? And talk about a great spot to be in. But all right, I will pause for now, and you get the idea here. I think I've repeated the lessons over and over again, but I really can't repeat enough. Look for a quality chat room. Look for a quality group. Quality being defined as what you saw here, where you're not being told what to do. You're just being alerted to certain areas. You're not like watching the person trade, and you're watching the person trade because you're trying to like mimic them or puppet trade them or mirror trade them. Nothing like that. Just a community where areas are alerted, and then it's up to you to decide how you want to go about that area. And part of that sometimes would be just disagreeing. And there's power in that, because had people listen like a puppet to what I was saying, they would have missed out on the trade. But the people that thought for themselves, hey, you know what? Good on them. They are sitting up basically $5 a share right now. So I will go ahead and pause right now. Again, if this gets down to 320, then I will adjust the stop loss at that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead now. We're down below 321. So let's go to 322. So I love it. Now I'm making an entire dollar more. If this gets down below 320, then I will adjust my stop loss down again. At this point, just letting the thing work for me. See, now, why did I only do 50 shares, Clay, at 326? I'm up $4 a share right now. Why didn't I do like 1,000? Yeah, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm doing this all in hindsight, but well, at least I took the 50 shares. So again, if this goes down below 320, I will adjust my stop loss at that point, but I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, bouncing up here, probably going to get stopped out, and I am stopped out there. So I was up, what, 98 bucks? So I still even made over, not too bad for only doing 50 shares and just wanting to get some skin in the game. I mean, ended up putting myself back up over 220 bucks. And again, that's literally at a 50% win rate now, because as I said at the beginning, I was actually wrong more than I'd been right. So I've now made 6 trades. Once again, just to recap that, I made 2 trades on RBLX. Both were losers. Made 1 trade on NVX, clearly a loser. Made 2 trades on mRNA. Both of those were winners. And then made 1 trade on CRM, a winner. So had 6 trades, and 3 of them I was right. So think about this, a 50% win rate. So here's another little baked in lesson. 50% win rate, basically a flip of a coin. Yet with a flip of a coin, I'm up 220 bucks. How does that work out? That's risk management. That's risk control. That's what a true trading strategy is all about. Not how much money can I make, but how can you control the position? How can you control the risk? So that's how that's accomplished, is right there. Risk management, literally wrong half of the time today, but still being able to close up $220. And I would assume most members are probably getting stopped out, have already been stopped out. I could be wrong. I don't know that for sure. But all in all, there you go. Now, if you do want to get signed up for the community and join and have access to what you literally just saw here with that chat room, then just go to claytrader.com/team and a couple different pricing options. But right here, $99 gives you 3 months. So it's not $99 per month. It's $99 for 3 months, which breaks down to $8.25 per week. So as I always say, I'm very, very, very confident that per week, you'll get at least $8.25, not per day, per week. Yeah, I'm quite confident you're going to get that amount in value. So you can go there and, like I said, sign up for it, or there's a couple different other pricing options there. But so if you want to join, then that's how you can do that. And I would love to have you, as long as you're showing up with the mentality of, hey, I don't want to be a puppet. I don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to be a lemming. Like, if that's your mentality, then you're not going to fit in. You're not going to join. But if you're someone that's like, hey, iron sharpens iron, let's go. I want to learn to think for myself. I want to surround myself with quality traders. Then perfect. That's a mentality that you want, because it's not a bunch of, it's just simply not for sheep. And then as far as these live trade videos are concerned, this was kind of a bizarre one, given I totally missed the original setup that I liked so much. And I guess to pat myself on the back, at least I noticed and alerted a very quality setup that worked out very nicely, even though I botched some of it, as you saw here. But if you enjoy these live trade videos, then do a couple things for me, because they're not easy, as you saw here. Now, I'm not blaming the live trade video, but they are still difficult, because I have to think what I'm going to say to you. I have to look at my own trades. I have to manage my own trades. I have to make alerts in the chat room. So there's a ton of stuff going on because they are genuinely live videos where I'm recording myself. So they're difficult, and that's why I don't make them every day. But I do ask that I want to, be smart with my time. So if you do enjoy these live trade videos, if you would like for me to continue to make them, then please communicate that by doing two easy things. Hit the like button, leave a basic comment below. It could be saying hi. It could be something that you traded today. It could be a unicorn emoji. But those two things go a long way in communicating to me that you enjoy these videos. As long as I know people are enjoying, then I have no problem continuing to make them. So again, if you want to join the community, if you want to, get signed up for everything, then definitely go to claytrader.com/team, and I'd love to have you join. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.